Hello everyone. This is my first video in about 3 months and I am pretty excited about it. Um, I just wrote something on Facebook pertaining to embracing the new. As a matter of fact, the title of this video, Embracing the New by Letting Go of the Old. I think that that's very, very important because in order for us to grow and in order for us to receive better and do better in life, we have to learn how to let go of the old in order to embrace what's coming, what we can achieve, what we can do now in a better state of mind than we were in our past. So I want to be talking about embracing change. Oh, change. That thing that a lot of us are afraid to do. Change can be fearful. I mean, even for me, if I can be transparent, I mean, there have been a lot of things that just have not been working out in my life because I have been stuck in my comfort zone. And to tell you the truth, fear has kept me stuck in my comfort zone. You know, um, when you are at a certain place in life and things that you are so used to doing, when they're no longer working for you, then that is a sign that something has to change. Either you have to change, the situation has to change, the location has to change, something has to change. Um, Things are getting better for me. I'll say that. And things are only getting better for me because I'm embracing change. I'm looking within myself and seeing what needs to be changed within me. Every day I evaluate myself. Every day I'm wanting to be a better person, for myself. I'm not preparing myself for anyone. Some people they change because they want that girl or they want that man, or they're gonna do just enough to get what they want. That whole fake it till you make it thing. But me, on the other hand, I want to be a better person for myself. I'm not out here trying to impress anyone. The day-to-day things that I do in my life are ultimately to make me a better person, because I feel like there's always room for improvement with all of us. And we have to learn how to not fear what's ahead, because when we spend so much time thinking about all that it's going to take to get to where we have to go, and yes, it is important that we have to think and use our mind, and we have to brainstorm and we have to strategize things, and we have to have a plan, but sometimes we get lost in our thoughts, looking at what we don't have instead of looking at what we have. I remember when I was at my wits' end with school. I'm going to school to study education, and it's hard. It's not easy. And, I was at my wits' end to the point where I was like, you know what? I've been here too long. I'm not really where I want to be. I'm about to drop out. But drop out and go where? Drop out and do what? When I believe that education is going to be my way out. That's what I believe for myself. It isn't for everyone. But I had to make changes within myself. I had to change my mindset, because sometimes we get sidetracked by our own negative thoughts. And you know, I just had to develop a whole new mindset. And that's one of the things that, when I say embracing the new and getting rid of the old, that's how it began with me. It started in my mind. It started with my mentality. It started with me saying, you know what, the way that I'm thinking or the way I'm going about things, it's just not working for me. The way that I'm thinking about this thing, it's just not working for me. So with school, for instance, I've been in my school for I've been at my school for a substantial amount of time. And I began to look at others, and I began to say, others seem like they're just passing me by, and I'm just overdue to graduate, and it just doesn't seem to be happening quick enough for me. And, your mind begins to think that, well, maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe I'm just not cut out for this. And that started almost like a negative wave of just negative energy trying to take over my mind, to where I almost went into a depression, thinking about, should I quit school and should I follow my dreams as an artist, or well, I should just quit and pick up a full-time job, trying to think of all these things I could do. But then, thankfully, through the encouragement of friends and different co-workers and things like that, who I consider my family, they encourage me. You've come too far. You're almost there. You're halfway there to getting your first degree. Just keep on going. So my mind began to change, and I said, you know what, this is new for me. All throughout school, I was never the school type of girl. School just never interested me. So when I got into college, it was the same thing. I want to go, I want to make it, but these things are really not interesting to me at this time. Things won't start to get interesting for me until I get up into my bachelor's. I'm seeking my associate's degree right now, which will lead me to my bachelor's, and it's been a long time. But I had to look at my situation. And my situation is different from a lot of others who have already graduated before me. They've had the family support. Majority of the people that have graduated before me, they didn't have to deal with a child. They didn't have to deal with different sicknesses and illnesses with their body. But I had to do those things. I'm a single parent. I have a son. I have to work a part-time job. I have to go to school. I have to run my household. He deals with different health issues. I deal with different health issues. Nothing severe. I have very severe allergies, and I have where my sinuses get clogged and they get inflamed and things like that, and it gives me like headaches and different things like that, but I have them under control because I've finally been able to get on medicine that helps me. But just as much as I've pushed forward, there was always an obstacle trying to knock me back down, whether it have been a bill, or whether it have been lack of money, or whether it was, lack of confidence, or just drama, trying to stir up, it just things, uncontrollable circumstances. And my mind just started to go back. Like, damn it, I'm going back to savage mode. I'm going back out in these streets or whatever. I'm going to get back with the wrong crowd or whatever. All of that comes back to your mind. But I had to put things in perspective and say, you know what, Shay, you come too far. And you got to embrace new. This is new for you. I don't come from a family of graduates, unfortunately. So it would not only be something new for me, will be something new in my family lineage. I can start something because I want my son to be successful. I want him to be educated. I want him to be an educated young black man who has went and got his degree and is qualified for whatever it is that he chooses as a career path. So I just had to, embrace the new and say, you know what, your situation isn't like others. Your situation is unique, your situation is different. But the great thing about it is you're still going. And that's very, very important. So for all of you out there who, and there, may I add, there are many more obstacles that are going to come. There are many more changes. There are many more forks in the road that I'm going to be at and have to make a decision. And at this point in my life, change is key. There are some things that I have been doing and I have been expecting a change while doing the same thing, and it's just not working. So it's time for me to make the decision to not be fearful, but to go and embrace that change by leaving the past behind, leaving my old thoughts as I come to these crossroads in life, leaving those old thoughts behind, leaving that fear and that doubt behind, and just embracing the new. And there have and by me embracing the new as I go, there have been doors that have opened up for me. Like, oh my God, like the people, I'm meeting people. And that's another thing. I was always very sheltered, and I was always very I wouldn't say antisocial, but I would say selectively social. I'm not really uh I was never really a sociable person. But as I've grown, I realized that, hell, not being sociable and being kind of a stick in the mud, that's what's gonna cause you to miss many opportunities. And I'm not so sociable where I'm trying to get to know everybody. As I meet people, I decide who I want to open up to and who may be able to help me in the long run. It's not always about gathering up a bunch of people, having a bunch of people around you that can't do anything for you. And when I say can't do anything for you, I don't mean that you befriend people solely for the reason of them doing something for you. What I mean is, of course, you want people around you who are going to be able to lead you to the resources that you need. And that's what has happened by me being a good person, by me being a volunteer. Things and time that I've put into and poured into others' life, as my mind changes and as I embrace the new and know that I can't be so stiff all the time, but kind of get out there and get to know different people and get introduced to different people, doors have opened for me, relationships are being built. There have been opportunities for me to get extra money. It's just been very, very good. And it makes you feel happy and it makes you feel like you're achieving. I'm doing a lot of things, different things in the community. I'm giving my time. I'm going to different trainings, because I wanna contribute and I want to keep my mind focused. And getting through my degree, I'm going to need to be surrounded by positivity and good people. So, for you out there who are, wallowing in the past and having those old mindsets, those old people, being in those old places, knowing that these things aren't working for you, embrace the new by letting go of the old. I can't stress that enough. And I will never make a video telling anyone anything that I am not doing myself or that I haven't done to make me better. I know that by letting go, as you go, you'll grow. Let go as you go and you'll grow. And that's just the name of the game. That's how that thing works. So embrace the new by letting go of the old and change your mind, because that's where it starts. We just don't realize how much of our mindset stunts our growth, because that's where our belief system is. That's what we believe about ourselves. That's what we believe about each other. That's what we believe about different things. The mind, what we have been taught, what we have been developed to think, and what we have been programmed to think. In this world, you have to find yourself, because you were born with beliefs. You were born with things you can do and you can't do. You were born with certain, we already know how this world is. I don't even have the words for it. But you have to find yourself in this world, because we come here with everything given to us. What we're supposed to believe, who we're supposed to be like, and it is just not that way. So embrace the new by letting go of the old and be encouraged. This video was 13 minutes long, and I'm out. See you later.